Hello and welcome to the Handicapable Black Woman Throne Room. My view of humanity is a whole new tea. Oh, this country's racist. Oh, this country's racist. And the funny thing is, while it's really crazy how the conservatives, Republicans, MAGA, the orange man like supporting, like just they keep saying our country's not racist. How dare you? While they do racist things, while they applaud and cheer on racist things, while they try to put down DEI without realizing the need for it. And it's just delusional. It's crazy because they try to say you only got that job because you're black. While then you see people who don't even meet the credentials. You see white men who didn't even go to school or get the credentials for the job, but then they're given the job just because. And or their education doesn't even fall in line with the career or with the position. Yeah, I'm talking about ICE right now, but now it's to a point where they're using ICE in such a awful, degrading, idiotic way to the point where now at least we know who's in the Klan, or where at least I know who supports the Klan. And and this is why I say on dating apps, now we need something that says, oh, check yes if you've worked for ICE. Because I mean, man or woman, so the other person can know. Because people like me, I don't want anything to do. I don't want to date. I don't want to correspond. I don't want to be. It's like if I bump into them and say in chat, okay, maybe. But do I want a full on conversation if I knew they work for such an awful, racist, degrading, like just poorly educated organization? No, I do not. No. Oh, and by the way, get a drink, get a snack or something, come back and let's chill, let's talk. You know how I do. And you know, my channel is as messy as my life. But if you're new, hi, hello. Handicapable black woman. I talk my truth, I spill my tea with all the sugar, all the spice, and everything. Yeah, I just have a nice, tall, cold glass of my lemonade. I was gonna say special lemonade, but then you're gonna think 420 or something. Like, no, mm-mm. It's like I like adding spices and things like that to mine. It's like I have my own, like, I'm into herbal remedies, and my grandmother was full blood Native American. So, Anyway. Oh, our country's full of racism. And okay. When conservatives try to say, our country's not racist, but then they have the nerve to say, slavery was around everywhere for years and years. So you can't just say our country was just so horrific because of slavery. You can't just say, like, shut up. You know you're poorly educated. You know you didn't go to a good school. You know you didn't have a good teacher. Or you know that your parents were so ashamed of their history, probably because, yeah, especially the boomers, they were born in the age of segregation and desegregation, a lot of the redlining and the whites only and the colors only when it came to the drinking fountains, and also with the diners and everything, to the point where black people had to have green books, so, and also know where the safe cities were and where sundown towns were. Yeah, that's just a snippet of our history, but they don't want to teach about that. And then also with slavery, now we have a so-called leader, so-called president who wants to go inside the museums, and now he wants to whitewash history, because if you don't know your history, you repeat history. And that's exactly what he wants to do. He wants to repeat it. Because, yeah, you some of you guys keep forgetting what he said, but he said black jobs for a reason. And he hinted a couple weeks ago when farmers are like, we need workers, we need workers. And he was like, oh, well, I thought the people from the inner cities, get talking about black people, were going to go in and start doing the work. Because, yeah, that's what he was talking about when he said black jobs. But, yeah, and the thing is, like, people want to say black women aren't that smart. And this is one, like, I keep pointing out the videos I haven't posted up yet, because I know some people are going to get mad at me. And I guess I do care a little bit, because part of me, I feel like I should be allowed my truth. And especially if I've run into so much racism from people of color and so much hatred, I should be able to spill the hatred that has been placed on me. And also the racism that people of color had put on me, or the stereotypes, because they have learned from white people. A lot of them have hung on to white people so much that they're like, oh yeah, black people ill. Black people, they don't deserve anything. Black people, they're just not smart. Black people, they're never deserving. Black people, they only get things because they get pitied, or they never deserve it, or they don't work hard. They can't be smart. They can't be beautiful. They can't be. And so they're all like hypnotizing everything in the impossibilities of black people, especially black women. And then they sexualize black women, and they think of like we're only capable of being used for our bodies, or cleaning and cooking and stuff for them. Yeah, so yeah. I keep saying get ready for those videos, but part of me is like, am I ready? Because it's like, even while recording, like remembering the trauma and the horrible things that, oh well, it's like, oh, I've already talked about black men who put, like, yeah, black men, stop putting down your black women, and stop telling black women that what we're worth, or what a black woman is. Stop saying that we're not supposed to own businesses, we're not supposed to go to college, we're not supposed to invest, we're not supposed to be nerds or anything like that, or we're not supposed to be interested in different things, like, and especially we shouldn't like or enjoy reading, which is one reason why we're in the place where we're at in the first place, because we have so many poorly educated people, so, and we're surrounded by them right now, and they don't understand the history. Again, they don't understand the history, and they can't comprehend what happened in the past. And so many of them want to put us down, and so many of them want to blame us, especially when we have they want to build those whites only towns. But now some of them have the nerve to say, now it's the black people's turn. You guys, you should be doing it too. We're going to applaud you. We're going to applaud you if you do this. And then black people come back like, you're poorly educated when? Because like a year and a half ago, even maybe 2 years ago, I've been on here this long, and I've brought up the drowned cities all the way back. I've been talking about our history. I've been bringing up our history and how it deals with today. But a lot of people don't want to hear that. A lot of people see the topics, or they see that I'm trying to bring awareness, but they don't want to hear that, because they don't want to hear the truth, or they don't want to realize that maybe black people are where they are at because of the treatment that people keep placing on us by dehumanizing us and devaluing us and telling us, you're not supposed to be educated, you're not supposed to be this, you're not supposed to be that, you're not supposed to be this. It's like you're just, and then especially the stereotypes that white people have placed with, like, or told people of color, to the point where that's all they know. They're lazy, they don't deserve anything, they don't want to work for anything. It's like, so it's like, even with the colleges, the Asian community, they fought so hard to take away their own rights because they're like, black people aren't smart, they're not supposed to be going to college, they're not supposed to be going to school, so let's fix this. To the point where now their college placement is getting lower. Do I feel pity? Nuh-uh. My people fought for that. And it's funny how now people of color are fighting so hard to take it away. And but at the same time, even with the deportations, we told you. We told you. I know I did before the election. I know I did. A lot of us black women, we told you. But now, like, especially like with that one Hispanic guy who was like, "We need to come together." No, like, was it, no, he's Middle Eastern or Hispanic. There's a lot of them who, before the election, I would never vote for Kamala. I would never. It's like she's such a blah blah blah. She's the same thing, or she's just the same as the orange guy. So if they're the same, why wouldn't you vote for her? Or why would you vote for him if they're both the same? Okay, let's just dig in deeper. Black woman, or that's mixed with Indian. It's like either you hate one, two, or three. I mean, maybe all of the above. I don't know. Maybe you're just a full out, all out bigot. I don't know. But if you have the nerve to say they're the same, do you think all this mess would be happening right now with her, or do you think you'd be able to sleep at night without being worried with what's going on the next day? Yeah. So you have the nerve to say he'll be all the same, but now you want us to come together. Now you're telling black people we need to come together. And then I still see some of these African American, especially men, come going around. Oh well, yeah, I support the orange guy still, and oh yeah, it's like I know how black people are. Oh yeah, I can't doubt them. Oh, I can't. But then at the same time, it's crazy and funny how a lot of these Caucasian men have the nerve to come to my dating profiles and say I'm racist because I'm never going to date a Republican, conservative, or orange man supporting MAGA person. They say I'm racist, but then I'm like, look at all these conservative guys walking around praising this orange guy. Come on now. Okay, you can be any race, any color, and also race came from racism. Okay, race came from power. Race came from hate. Because white and black, that came from hate, cruelty, slavery. Okay, because yeah, a lot of people don't even know that. And it's also when people try to say, I don't see color, you're an idiot. You're an idiot. Okay. The only people that should be allowed to say that are the blind. Or legally, well, not, I'll say the blind, yeah. They're about the only people who can say that honestly. Yeah, because if you have the nerve to say that, but you can see, no, don't say that. You sound like an idiot, especially for to black women. You sound, yeah. I mean, I would say black people, but a lot of times I talk to some black men, and it's crazy how many black men are apolitical, not political, or they tell me that I should not be political, but at the same time, at this moment, they're trying to take my rights away. They want to take my right to vote away. But then, like, while this is going on within the dating community, so many, especially white men, are telling me, why would a woman care about politics? Just chill. Just enjoy your life. It's like, that's not for women to do. Women aren't supposed to think about this stuff, and I'm just like, first it was the trans community, which also I love like LGBTQ, I got you. I love and adore you. I've like, yeah, if you've been listening to my episodes, you already know. Ride or die. Let's go. Let's go. It's like you're my heart. Anyway, it's like that. There's that one poem. It's like then there was. And it's like first the trans and like look at what's happening with the Hispanic community and a lot of the immigrants and everything. And then it's just like first it was the undocumented, but now they're trying like, and that's the thing, like a lot of the MAGA supporting conservative, no, poorly educated people, they keep saying, well, they're undocumented, they're illegals, they're that. But now but then they keep changing the laws. They keep changing the definition. But then they keep saying Biden didn't do anything. But okay, you know you're poorly educated when you have the nerve to say that because all of the things Biden has done for this country, but you guys were so blinded by your love and the cult of the MAGA movement and everything. But remember when Biden had that bill thing or like he had a plan for the border, but then who called the Republicans and told them they better vote it down, even though like Democrats and Republicans were like, oh, okay, this could work. Yeah, remember that. Remember that? But yeah, but yeah, Kamala and like the orange guy are the same. Yeah, but Kamala, how many times? Like, 'cause I know, like, I mean, she didn't pass that. Well, she would have broken the tie though. She would have, because like, do you know how many ties she had broken that would help this country? Remember, like, she was the one that she's the reason why with a lot of the roads and a lot of the things that need to be fixed. That was that one. I think that's one of the ones where it wouldn't have passed, but she broke the tie. But a lot of people's like, oh, she's just the same. You don't know how many times she has saved this country with being able to get roads and different things passed to the point where it would help us. But then conservatives turned around. Look what I did for our country, even though she voted it down. I'm talking about Marjorie Taylor Greene. I'm talking about Lauren Boebert. I'm talking about, even, what's that? Yes, like I forget his name because I can't stand him. The guy from Michigan. Look him up. Anyway, um, I don't know. It's just they keep trying to tear us down and put us down, and now they're trying to whitewash the museums, and a lot of this is related to the Nazis, but and that's another. We kept telling you. Because remember the books that he had next to his nightstand, and just he's going by the playbook. Project 2025, going by a lot of the playbook. Remember what Elon Musk like did the day, like, come. But then people will keep wanting to say he's not racist. He's not racist. While he does racist things, you have the nerve to say that. And then even with that comedian, quote unquote comedian, what did he say? What did he say about the pile of garbage? What did he say? But a lot of you guys want to laugh it off. Oh, he's not talking about us. Yeah. Yeah. And now they even have a gift shop for the whole alligator crocodile. Yeah. They have a gift shop. Basically saying, yeah, we hope they don't get eaten by them. Yeah, but they're not racist, right? Right? I don't know. I'm just, mm, with everything going on right now, and then especially ice. Ice is melting all over this country. They're trying to like go everywhere and hunting you down like prey. But remember, we're repeating history. Because remember what the founding or the original police officers of this country were. Don't you know? Don't you remember? I've talked about this several times. Don't you remember? Or if this is your first time, and yeah, take a sip before. Yeah. Have you had your sip yet? Okay. Yeah, it's like the original police officers for America were called the slave catchers. Yeah. That's what they were. They were slave catchers. And then, even after we were freed, they still wanted to work our people until they couldn't anymore, which is why we have Juneteenth. They didn't care. And they were trying to keep our people so uneducated. And then, even with the whole religion, they only wanted us to learn the parts of the Bible where we would appreciate being a slave. And then do you know how many white people have the nerve to say there were black colleges and universities? We should be able to have whites only colleges and universities too. That's why the black colleges and universities were built, because we weren't allowed to go to the white ones. But yeah, they don't want to teach that history. They don't want to teach that history. And it's like with Rosewood and all of the drowned cities, and now even today, we have the whole environmental racism. We have like companies, even from other countries, who build toxic harmful factories near where the African American community live. And they're so toxic that getting cancer is like 50-50 chance. But then those people try to move, but no one wants to buy those houses because of how toxic it is. But then they try to go to court, but those judges got their jobs from the orange guy, and they're just like, oh no, too bad, so sad. We're not going to give you any money. We're not going to help you. No, be happy you got to have a house. Stay where you at. And some of these people can't afford the health treatments and things like that. So for some of them, we're just watching them pass or watching them suffer. But then I thought all lives matter, and that's another thing. They have the nerve to say all lives matter while we literally have people being suffocated within their house. Like when these factories should be built elsewhere. And it's funny how sometimes factories were going to be built near some of some areas where it's predominantly white, and then they have a town hall meeting. No, no, that's going to hurt our people. But then they take it to the black people and they don't really care what they say, and they go and build it anyways because they want the money. They don't care about those lives, but they say all lives matters, but really that's a falsity. No. Mm-mm. No. I don't know. I'm just, especially when men tell me I should not be thinking of this, or what does this have to do with me? And oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, another example, another example. Because yeah, these men get on my last nerves. And this is one reason why it's like, yes, when I was a little girl, especially going to a very conservative church, oh, I'm no longer brainwashed. I still believe, I'm still a Christian, but my spirituality, yeah, let's just say, I'm still in my cocoon. I'm still, figuring out what kind of butterfly I'm gonna be, because the butterfly I thought I was supposed to be, So I'm back in the dressing room. I'm back to change into the person who I need to be. But okay, on to the next example is that Abbott guy. I think it's Greg Abbott, or like from Texas. These people want to say all lives matter, but he wants to take away accessibility rights for people with disabilities. So you're rich and white and privileged when he himself is in a wheelchair. But he don't care. He can pay people to pick him up. If he can't go to a facility, if he can't go somewhere, he can tell somebody to literally pick him up and carry him. But other people can't. But he does not care. And a lot of people, like, sometimes when I made a mistake and talked to that, like, because there was that one guy who I told him we're not compatible, but we can chat. But it's really funny how men say, oh yeah, she says we're not compatible, but I'm gonna make her like me enough so she forgets that we're not compatible, so I can date her or sleep with her anyways, and all this other stuff. Yeah, he was one of those guys who ended up trying to do that. But then the power of politics, like, I had him so unattracted to me within a half hour because he could not stand that I could prove my case. And he was a disgusting, awful, terrible Republican MAGA person. And it's like, okay, if you're Republican and you took offense to that, I'm talking about you. But if you didn't, I'm not talking about you. Because there's that one amazing, beautiful Republican woman from The View. I adore her. I love, like, I could sit down and talk with her and have brunch with her. Like, she is the kind of conservative that I think the conservative party was supposed to be. Like, if, yeah, it's like the Hispanic one, not Alyssa. Nah, no, not her. It's the Hispanic one. I forgot her name though. Oh my gosh. Okay, but anyways, like, yeah, it's like you'll look her up. It's like I'm terrible with names too. So, but anyway, like, some people some men like him. Why do you care what Texas does? Why do you care what this state does? Because with Republicans, they always want to start where they know it's going to work and they want to play with it and they figure it out. So then after they pass the gameplay to other states, this is how it'll work. But okay, with your state, you might just need to change A, B, and C and just do this and alter this and flip this. And yes, like, so now it's going to work in your state. So then it works in that next state. Then they're going to pass it along to maybe a purple state, and then the purple states will figure out until, like, they probably can't get it to the blue states, but if they try to gain enough power, especially within the House and Senate and everything, then it's like once it gets so far within the purple states, then they'll try to pass it federally so that it's all over. They'll try to force it if they have the House and the Senate, which is one of the reasons why they're trying to gerrymander Texas. But this is just this is why I say my point of view, and some people aren't going to like it, and I just have to realize I can't care. And yes, I'm writing my novels, and like this helps me write my novels because when it comes to knowing who the villain is and knowing who the main character is, and also the mission and the goal of that character, and also everything that's going around them and how it affects them. Because even a couple days ago, I was thinking about one of my side characters, and I'm just like, oh, but she's not the only one like her. I need to make more, and I need to make symbolic meanings of this, especially when it comes to one of the laws and stuff in the politics within the novel. So it's like, because I know some people are like, what's taking you so long? I'm not trying to say I'm going to be the next Maya Angelou or like Langston Hughes or anything like that, but I want the type of novel where you need to read it a couple times to a few times. I want it where every time you get into it, you have to dissect it even more. Because even when I choose the colors and the fruits or food, but especially the fruit with this series, it means so much. And how I name my characters, there's so much symbolism and meaning in them. And even with the next two series that I started, it's like there's the colors, and like, oh my gosh, the colors in one of them is great, of great meaning. So in each one, the symbolism and the just the metaphors and the climax and everything, like, oh yeah, the climax in one of them is just like, oh dang, okay, okay. So, and I'm hoping that's the reaction that I get, but this is my reality, and like different things are coming at me at the same time, but within different meanings and different interpretations, just like in books or in amazing books. That's what happens. And with this video or this episode, with all of the things I was mentioning, that is the history, and that's what, like, a lot of that brought our present, and now they're trying to erase the past so that they can repeat it, and or so that they can blame black people or say black people have no reason to complain, that black people have no reason to say that there's racism out there when there is and was. And there is, because now we have the white supremacists passing out flyers showing hate and protesting of the, like, their power and everything. And they're trying to just dismiss us and hate us and blame us and tell, it's just disgusting. But then at the same time, we have people of color who they were cheering it on in a way. Not the exact way, but a lot of them were just, when you keep hearing people of color say to black people that we're not smart, that we're not talented, that we're not good enough, and things like that. But then white people get up there, they're mad at us when we say that we need a black organization or a black safe space, because when everyone is putting hate on us, when everyone is putting us down, this is why sometimes we need that corner of the room, because everyone hates us to the point where we don't feel safe. Thank you so much for listening to the Handy Capable Black Woman Throne Room. I am a woman, I am of color, and I am handy capable. But most importantly, I am human and you're human too.